Hi there, my name is Troy Kinsey. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Thoughts. Today we're diving into a passionate topic amongst project managers, Agile versus Waterfall methodologies. We're going to discuss the pros and cons of each, and then discuss when it might make sense to use one or the other, or for that matter, a combination of both as we work to improve how we deliver and support services. But before we delve into the details, we want to hear from you. What are your own thoughts and experiences with these methodologies? Please let us know, share your thoughts, perspectives in the comments below, and we'd love to hear more from you. All right, let's start with the waterfall method. So most project managers and teams are probably familiar with the various phases associated with waterfall. These can vary, of course, but essentially they are requirements design, build, test, deploy, and maintain. Waterfall is a structured, formal approach. We don't typically move from one phase to the next without first completing the current phase. This is primarily because subsequent phases require what's crafted in an earlier phase. For example, when we feasibly cannot test until we've built the solution and we can't build until we've designed the solution. This sequential approach works really well when the project scope and requirements can be clearly defined up front and must be defined up front. One example of this is the construction of a building. We really can't and shouldn't begin construction until we've completed and obtained approvals on the design. And we can't feasibly start to work on, for example, the plumbing on the 5th floor without first signing off on the architecture and design and permits and regulations, and have at least started to build out the lower floors. Agile, on the other hand, is an iterative approach. With Agile, we break down work into bite-sized chunks, and then we prioritize what the team is going to work on for the next cycle. I put cycle in quotes. The cycle is typically called a sprint, and it's typically 1 to 2 weeks in length. As noted, the waterfall method is most suitable for projects where requirements are well defined up front and unlikely to fundamentally change throughout the life cycle of the project. This is often the case when baselining processes or designing technical solutions, for example. It's also a benefit to use a waterfall approach when establishing contracts or agreements or relationships, as it allows for detailed requirements documentation and contract negotiation up front, reducing ambiguity and minimizing potential conflicts during the implementation. Now, Agile methodologies are better suited for projects and processes that require flexibility, adaptability, and frequent iterations. Agile is particularly valuable for continual improvement initiatives, where the goal is to continually enhance processes or services or structures based upon customer feedback and changing conditions or requirements. While waterfall is typically more suitable for establishing baseline processes, designing technology, or formalizing vendor relationships due to its structured and sequential nature, Agile is indeed much more conducive to continual improvement efforts, providing the flexibility and adaptability needed to respond to changing requirements and drive ongoing innovation. These two methodologies each have their place, and there are opportunities to use each depending on the circumstance. Waterfall is, again, structured with clear and predictable project milestones. However, it's not really as flexible and can result in delays and feedback and become challenging when it comes to accommodating change. There's also a few situations where we really can't adopt at least some aspect of Agile methodology. Agile is flexible, iterative, and can be used to adapt to changing requirements. And we should try to do that, use an Agile approach as much as possible. However, there's also a need for high collaboration. It's difficult to estimate timelines, and Agile can be susceptible to scope creep. So let's discuss some specific examples. We've discussed implementing new technology for various service industries, including restaurants, hotels, service desks. It's important to ensure that structures, processes, and accountabilities are well defined up front before implementing a new technology. If accountabilities and baseline processes are unclear or fluid, it's going to be challenging and really time-consuming to train individuals, and we will likely have to retrain them at a later date. In this manner, the waterfall method is more suitable for establishing baselines. That said, service management components, so structures, processes, tools, technology, and personnel/relationships can and should continue to be improved upon post-implementation. We've discussed this quite a bit in other videos. In this regard, Agile is typically more suitable. Let's use the example of service request management, enabling customers to submit requests for information or assistance. We want to establish a baseline set of accountability structures and processes so that everyone is fundamentally on the same page, and that the data that's generated as a result is consistent and useful. However, once that baseline has been established, we can and choose the information we receive from customer inquiries and requests for knowledge to really improve our ability to serve those customers, whether it's through improved knowledge articles, increased access, or tool enhancements, or some other means. Let's use another example. Let's say we're adopting a new POS or point of sale technology for a restaurant. This technology allows hosts, waitstaff, and the kitchen to track customers and orders. It's important that we baseline accountabilities, process, metrics, at least initially, to ensure that everyone is clear on basic process and functionality. But we can and we should continue to improve how we use this technology throughout the restaurant based on everyone's experience and feedback. So in conclusion, both Agile and Waterfall methodologies can be applied to service management improvement initiatives. It's important to consider factors such as project complexity, stakeholder involvement, requirements flexibility, training, culture, and project requirements. It's important to note that whatever methodology we use, everyone must really understand upfront what the rules of the road are. I've seen a number of projects go sideways because the members of the team and/or key stakeholders had different interpretations and expectations in terms of approach. Now, we're going to go into more depth in our training series, Service Management Essentials. In the meantime, we hope you found this video interesting and informative. If so, please click all the YouTube buttons, levers, knobs to help support the channel. Thank you for your time. We're going to see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.